Coming up on Now You Made It Awkward podcast.
You two send in a voicemail if you want to, and you can be like our good friend Shaun, Burn Dick Love.
Is he healed?
Yeah, it's healed.
God.
But some scars run deep.
Oh, God.
Well, not that deep. It's like, watch disconnected. I was like, I know. I left it at home. And it's just like, no, the watch has been disconnected. I was like, I can tell by the massive tan ring in there. Dumb as, hey, you can't have a white guy who's only voiced this character for 27 fucking years continue to do it anymore because racial stereotypes are bad.
How dare we give a dog a voice?
Don't talk about that. It's a 90% CGI fucking movie that is trying to replace a 100% CGI movie. Doesn't make any sense. Not to mention Moana 2 just came out last year.
Yeah.
Do not give Disney another goddamn dollar for these stupid live action remakes. It's like, when do we get live action Cars? If we're going to be retarded, let's just go for it. Let's go full Simple Jack here, people. Black people can use the N-word because they're taking back the racial stereotype from it. And I would argue, first of all, that's a white person's word.
Uh-huh.
It's just another thing the black man stole from us. Either way. But I'm a person of color. I can't say that.
I see her rolling up over black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy body full of tats.
All right. Yeah, we can hear everything pretty good. You and your Pop-Tarts.
Mm-hmm.
What kind? What are we working with?
Strawberry.
Strawberry?
Mm-hmm.
Just regular strawberries?
Regular strawberry.
That's the strawberries. I don't know when I started doing that voice, but apparently I'm really good at it. Like, I've never actively used that voice for anything, but for some reason I'm really good at it. You ever do that? Like, you just suddenly realize you can do something, and you're like, wait, how did I do that? You're like, wait, I must analyze, especially voices.
I used to do Howie Mandel when he did Bobby. For
Bobby.
Bobby's World.
Yeah, that's basically that voice.
Bobby's World. It's Bobby's World.
Yeah. It's all like total constriction right at the back of the tongue and pushing your tongue basically right up against your palate. And you know, the weird part is like trying to do an active lisp like like Jasper. Like Jordan can do Jasper like perfectly. But what was really funny, you were there. It was at your house when Jordan and Lucas were going back and forth on their similar voices. It was just like, oh, we're gonna have a Jasper off. Which sounds like something Jasper really wants.
I need a joke.
I can't do the voice. I was about to do.
No, I can't either.
That was like Yoda. I don't know what was happening there.
Or Gollum.
Gollum's is a lot easier.
The precious.
It's very similar, but it's not to the. You push a lot of pressure to the back of the throat to get that one, but the tongue pushes in the middle of the palate. For the other one, it's at the back of the palate to get the higher notes. Sorry, I watch a lot of analysis videos for singing and stuff like that. So it's like I've figured out how to do like real deep bass, but not just from the throat, but down here.
Yeah.
Just from watching a lot of those videos, but then also, practicing it. And it's so funny is like at church, because the music is so loud, I can actually feel it when I'm singing from down here. Mm-hmm. And I feel my chest vibrate instead of just in my throat.
Yeah, so when you actually open up, you're able to do that. You're in that car and you're trying to be quiet and everything, but then when you actually sing and don't really care, you're projecting a lot more.
Exactly. But it's also because I mentioned it on Sunday's live stream where Corey from High Carbon Steel, when they were doing Wicked Game, at the beginning of the thing, he had some vocal fry. So that he did like a scoop with some vocal fry to come up. So he started low and then came up. But it's the only time he was using vocal fry. But a lot of people think vocal fry is how you got to get those low notes, you know. But no, it's way down here. Like that's coming from down here in the chest. But like if I can really get it down low, it's a lot harder. But it's weird because with low notes, you have to have everything wide open and relaxed and try to push a lot of air, which is not easy to do. So
If you're not careful, you pass out.
yeah, very. Jefe knows because he can do the weird Mongolian throat singing and shit. I can do. I've practiced a little bit on overtones, if you know what those are. It's where you're making one sound like through your throat, but you're using your mouth to tune the other side, so you're actually getting a low and a high note at the same time. It's actually just the vibrations passing through both vocal cords at the same time. It causes overtones. It's really weird.
Okay.
And if you can control it, you can actually basically doing two melodies at the same time. Very difficult to do, but very cool. But the main way to do it is to do like a sustained like E sound, and then go back and forth between an O or an O sound, and you can get it. If you just have to, yeah, but you have to sustain it while the same pressure while going back and forth between those sounds, and you can do it. It's really weird. I know, guys. Totally random conversation for the beginning of the show here, but it is what it is. And I wanted some more coffee today, so I grabbed some of this.
I was wondering what that was.
So, La Colombe Coffee Workshop, draft latte mocha, shut up, computer. Cold brew with milk, frothy and creamy.
Yeah, I had my Dutch Bros this morning, and it worked automatically.
Dutch Bros is okay. I don't know if I like them as much as other ones. It feels like a lot of work to get it right. I don't know why. I guess because I don't know what to order when I go there, but I go to Starbucks, I go to other coffee places, I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm getting. Dutch Bros, I feel lost for some reason.
I usually get the zero sugar Golden Eagle.
Zero sugar Golden Eagle?
Yep.
Golden Eagle.
It's like vanilla caramel.
Sounds awesome.
It is.
All right, I got to close that so the computer's not like being retarded about everything. I closed. No, it's fine. I closed something. I just don't know what I closed. That was not the thing I was attempting to close. Is everything open that I need open? Yes. Okay. I was scared there for a second. I was like, I don't know what window I just closed, but I was like,
I made the noise, so I thought
podcast is still going, so we're good. No, it doesn't matter if we got noise. We got to start opening things on camera, as it were.
Why did they look like they had a battle down here?
Because that's kind of what happened.
Oh, okay.
I mean, mostly gravity happened and Jefe being Jefe.
Oh, gotcha. It looks like one's been bad and sitting in the corner now.
Yeah. Well, no, that putty actually fell. He was up here.
Oh.
Yeah, he was all the way up here on that shelf, yeah. And he fell down and landed that way.
Oh, landed on his feet.
Yeah, landed on his feet, which is pretty cool.
And these look like they're doing something raunchy over there.
That's 100% on Jefe. Jefe did that with the Chun-Lis.
Oh, God.
So that's Chun-Li, and then Chun-Li as a Power Ranger.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was on a brief stint during the comics. Or video games, rather. So they did a video game run where there was a combination of that. And then they had like little mini webisodes where Ryu got powers and was fighting alongside the not canonical Green Ranger. So that was from Bat in the Sun. Like little private thing. They did some Sentai kind of stuff for funsies. But the funny part is the Bat in the Sun version of the Green Ranger eventually ended up being that one up here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that one right there, totally different from the standard Green Ranger, which is right here. See how really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's actually the Bat in the Sun design altered and then made canonical to the comics. I don't even know what you just did. Don't break things.
Since he moved it,
Yeah. Oh, the thing's now in a wonky spot.
yeah, I'm tightening up a little more.
Okay, yeah, do that. Yeah, because I also just got the new microphone stands. I think I'm going to use them when we go on location, so we're not stuck with the clamps.
Okay.
Because what happened at Mad Llama, they have a really thick bar top, like super, like 3.5-inch thick concrete block. Couldn't use the clamps on it, so we had to sit at the tables. But if I just have a little bitty microphone stand, and I played with them just sitting at the counter, I'm like, oh, okay, this will be pretty good. If I can get the rest of those wireless mic connectors, that'll probably be like primo for a location. Literally, like just bunk, just set up 4 on a countertop. Don't even have to worry about running wires or anything. Yeah. So save some time, and then hope that I have all the frequencies set. So one thing I've noticed about those Joyo wireless connectors, there's only 4 frequencies. So at some point, you end up with 2 going into the same hole. So even if I buy extra, it's gonna overlap frequencies. So I don't know exactly how that's going to work.
You don't have to worry about getting any other weird feedback, a different frequency, like someone going by or anything?
No,
like
because they're locked in on their own frequency.
Okay.
So in theory, you'd have to be on a really weird wireless frequency to probably pick that up. But hopefully they're kind of in their own range and probably limited range too. So probably only going to be within 30 feet if I had to guess.
All right.
So it's like if somebody happens to roll by with the exact frequency necessary to interrupt. But we used the one on location and it was good because that way James could sit off to the side. If we had wireless headphones, it would have been even better because I had to run the cable all the way over to where he was. But luckily I brought all my extensions, so that worked out pretty good. But trying to upgrade, especially for our on-location game, we're pretty decent here. This isn't too terrible of a setup, other than the fact we only have 3 in here when we could have 4. I mean, somebody's probably have to sit either here or there. We'll figure it out in the future. I don't know. It's easier to do out there with multiple people, like we will probably have to do sometime soon. So, apparently the Earth's magnetic field is doing some wonky shit. I don't know if you've heard about this.
I probably have.
Did you see that? The crazy aurora borealis that stretched across almost the entire northern United States?
Yep.
Yeah, so that was due to a massive coronal mass ejecture that happened that week. And had it gone on for a little bit longer, like I think he said something like 9 or 10 minutes. Like legit, had that kept happening, we probably would have lost a good chunk of our magnetosphere. And probably lost a bit of Earth's magnetic shielding against solar radiation because it was such a constant blast of solar radiation. But because we are kind of in the middle of a shift between poles right now, our magnetic field is doing some wonky stuff. And apparently NASA is tracking a lot of anomalies kind of going on right now. So no humans with technology have gone through such a thing. So now we can actually see it happening and monitor it. So if you've seen the beginning and middle parts of the core, things might get a little interesting around here. Yeah. So humans survived the last go-around. Barely.
We're going to the core?
No. So you've seen the movie The Core,
yes.
Right? Remember at the beginning, like weird solar beams are like coming through and causing crazy shit to happen? So literally that.
Okay.
But humans have gone through this before because the last time a polar switch happened was something like 12,500 years ago, give or take. Around about the same time as the Younger Dryas impact time. If you know anything about that. Shaun, I know you're listening. You know all about that. So that's basically where a whole bunch of shit flew through our solar system and just rained down hell on the planet, wiping out a lot of shit. Like well past the dinosaurs and all that. So humans were still around for that. And in studying a lot of the stuff that has, we can look at core samples from the ice cores and stuff like that. We can see that what is now frozen tundra or like just total ice shelves on our planet, if you dig down deep enough, you find plants. And that's weird. Or when they found a almost perfectly frozen intact mammoth, it had plant matter in its mouth and in its stomach that was flash frozen. And then first of all, the question is, why is it eating tropical plants? Because we always consider them to be like amongst the ice.
Yes.
Because that's where we found them, right? So what they say is that during the polar shift, our planet can shift 90 degrees on its axis. Meaning that the equator now becomes the poles and vice versa. Meaning that, and it happens rapidly, like over the course of a couple days.
Damn.
Yeah. So, like, it's not like it's slowly turning and things are changing. It flipped hard enough that caused massive flooding across the world because now the tides have changed because the moon didn't change position.
Yeah.
The magnetic poles have changed, which changes a lot of that nonsense. If not the fact they haven't completely changed, they've ceased to exist for a while. Basically, because there's no longer a north and south. It doesn't make sense. But basically, now that the planet has shifted 90 degrees, the sun is hitting things that used to be ice, and things that are now finding themselves covered in water are now freezing very quickly. So that's why they say, like, the massive floods that took out a lot of the planet, and like are in so many like biblical lore and other ancient peoples talk about a flood that all seem to take place around about the same exact time, which was 12,600, 12,500 years ago, give or take. So, and it seems like we go through some magnetic shifting every, 6,500 years, give or take. There's minor ones, not a full pole shift, but like a little bit of wonkiness.
Yeah, I've seen. I can't remember what it was, but I saw how the North Pole, and everything tracked, and it's changed its location over the time period of like 200 years or whatever. How it was done up, and it was interesting.
Well, it wanders anyways. Mm-hmm. So the pole itself actually isn't always stable because the axis of the Earth actually isn't lined up 100% with the pole. So the pole actually wanders a little bit because it's just ever so slightly off. Mm-hmm. But it'll get significantly more off over time.
So what we've shifted, we've tilted, 2-3 degrees or something like that?
There's been like massive earthquakes that have affected the Earth by like 0.8 degrees or something like that. Nothing absurd, which is crazy to think the Earth shook itself enough to change its own position in space. That's terrifying. But one thing they've looked at is it's not just our magnetic pole that changes. Like, it's not just us as a planet. There's a galactic magnetic field as well.
Yeah.
It passes through everything. That also shifts at the same time. That's on the same cycle. Almost like the planets and the galaxies are somewhat aligned. It's weird. And that causes all kinds of crazy shit to happen, too.
It's like throwing a rock in a pond and everything. The ripples,
yeah,
it'll change.
Yeah. And then at the same time, you throw another small pebble in the middle of that ripple, and then other kind of weird shit happens.
Yeah.
So we never think about the fact that the universe itself has its own magnetic poles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and those are going to be wonky. And once again, humans have lived through the last go-around, but we were with sticks and fire and rock, supposedly. Assuming that Atlantis wasn't real, and we didn't actually have technologically advanced societies back then, and they suddenly found themselves underwater or having fucking meteors raining down on them. Because now all of the things that would pull meteors away from us, because generally speaking, our moon does that, but also the magnetic fields do that. And then now all of our great shielding from the crap coming from the universe is gone, at least temporarily. Yeah, we don't have any clue how the fuck we're going to survive it if it does happen that way, because it's a slow process. It can take like a couple hundred years to actually totally shift, but the time where we have no pole is like fairly short, but it's going to be massively chaotic because nothing that runs on a magnetic compass in any way, shape, or form is going to make any sense. It's going to be wonky. Assuming we also don't get nuked from just solar blast constantly.
Yeah.
Because that won't be fun. Like, the idea that we were, at least according to this guy who literally watches this shit for a living, says we were that close to being toast last week. It's like, huh.
And we're all like, oh, look how pretty it is.
Look how pretty. It was very pretty, at least where anybody got to see it, you know? I don't know if it necessarily made it here, but I know it was like a faint red, pink glow for people like here, but my friends in, where are they? Middle of the country somewhere. It was like ridiculous for them. And then, of course, you got more north. It was really crazy. But also the fact it was pink, not green and blue like we see for other things. It means it was a very specific type of radiation that was hitting us. It was like, ooh, so pretty. SNAP benefits. SNAP benefits. It's like, bitch, you ain't going to be able to cash those SNAP benefits because there won't be grocery stores anymore. We hadn't even got a chance to talk about that since like all that nonsense had gone down. But either way, let's go ahead and get the show started. We're 20 minutes in. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Now You Made It Awkward podcast. It feels like we just did this, but that was actually only a week ago. But this is episode 166, and I am Shoky. You can follow me at all the Shoky-related links down below, whether that's Shoky Reviews, Shoky Reviews 2, or the It Doesn't Have to Make Sense live stream channel. Got to talking way too fast. And I'm actually thinking about changing that channel up a little bit, not just reacting to whatever, but maybe doing like some broader discussion or watching some news related stuff and having discussions about those things instead of whatever music videos that are out there right now. So, and considering the copyright, dude, that one tiny fuck up on the rank 6 video apparently opened up this channel to copyright horse. So, right now I had to fight that to get back our Jurassic World Rebirth review. And apparently it's there, but we can never make a dime off of it. It's only all going to go to Universal, which is bullshit. They claim that we stole the whole movie.
Yeah, how does anybody else do a review on anything?
They get it cleared. Well, the other thing is like, it's been up forever. Like, that was this summer. So it's been up there for several months without a single issue with copyrights at all. And then gets a global copyright block a day and a half after we get the copyright claim on the other video. As like, so now I'm worried that they're going to start hitting. I mean, we don't do that much realistically, but like the fact that I did use movie clips in it, but like it's not the whole movie by any stretch of the imagination. There's like 30, 40 minutes of time where we just talk.
Yeah.
Not to mention the podcast is shorter than the actual movie is. So they can't even claim that. Mm-hmm. So either way, that pissed me off. But I got it cleared anyways. I can re-upload it without the footage, technically, I guess. Maybe. I guess I'll have to go through the uncut. I would have to use the uncut footage because I didn't include the movie clips for the uncut. So I'd have to go there because I don't have the raw file anymore. That's long gone at this point. So, no, fuck you, Universal. Stupid. Either way, what was the other thing? Oh, yeah, Patreon. Guys, make sure you go check out the Shoky Reviews Patreon. You can get the full uncut video version of this podcast. We had a lot of bullshit we talked before we even got to that discussion about the magnetic poles. So if you want to check that out, I don't know if I got our silly voices on there or not. We might have. So I might have got that in there. But I forget when I hit record. But if you want to do that for as little as $5 a month, you can help support this channel. Or if you want to donate a little bit more, you can get access to all the other stuff I do, whether that's reviews of stuff, vlogs. We have 3 to 4 times a month live calls. I missed the one last week because I was editing constantly. But that's been a lot of fun. We have a nice little tight community there. And then once or twice a month, depending, we do trivia nights, which is a lot of fun over there on the Patreon. And Jefe is out today because he's trying to weld together his new bumper. But as you can already see him over there in second chair, we have the Chatto.
How's it going?
Yeah, so the owner and proprietor and main vinyl guy at C4 Graphics. Go see him today for signage and wrapping cars and other such things for advertising. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's the latest project you've worked on?
Well, I finished my sister's truck.
Okay.
That's pretty much. Do I have anything else going on? I'm trying to think. I've had so much in and out.
Yeah.
That was the big major thing I had to do. I had to wrap the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
So now I'm just doing a bunch of signs right now.
Okay. Like standard, like corrugated signs, or
No, these are aluminum.
Aluminum.
Yeah, 4 panels turning into one big ass sign.
No shit. Mm-hmm. You mentioned something about doing a billboard.
Yeah, that's sent off now.
Damn. Like
That's for Sonic.
No shit. I noticed you did local
Can
Sonic.
I say that?
Yeah, you can. Of course you can. It's your client. So I don't know how far south you tend to travel.
Yeah.
There's an upside down billboard.
Yep.
Was that on?
That's on purpose.
Because you can't read it.
Yeah, they get your attention. But
It gets your attention, and I know it's about insurance and injury, but I've seen it where like part of it's upside down, but the rest of it's legible. The whole ass billboard is upside down.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a digital billboard at first, but it's not. It's a standard billboard.
No, it's done on purpose.
It feels like they got rid of most of the digital billboards. Am I wrong?
I know there's 2 up.
There's 2 on the freeway.
And there's 2 up in
Further north?
yeah.
Okay. Because it feels like either they're less on than they used to be, or they're not changing as often as they used to. Because it used to be like every minute they were switching advertisements.
Yeah, I don't even know how much that is to get one of those.
Can't be that much.
Because you're not showing much. They alternate every now and then.
Yeah, but if they're staying fairly well stagnant now.
Yeah.
I know Timcast has talked about renting the billboards in Times Square, and some of them were like really cheap.
God.
Like $15,000 for an entire month, every day, like every 30 minutes, all day.
Okay.
That's nothing. That's a lot of advertising in the biggest city in the planet. or at least in the country. I mean, less now. People are leaving New York, in droves. And I heard this morning that Staten Island wants to secede from New York City and be their own city.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're like, fuck that, because it's mostly conservatives that live there. And they're like, nah, we don't really want to be a part of the socialist communist experiment that they're going to do in New York City. And they're like, well, we want the fuck out. And I kind of agree with what Tim said, that like if a county or if a city wants to secede from the area it's attached to due to political differences, I think it should be allowed. Like, how many counties out of California and Oregon want to secede and build their own state because they're closely aligned? Mm-hmm. I think there was the state of Jefferson, and then there's Greater Idaho that wants to exist. Like, basically, like, they merge that stuff in, and like basically taking like a chunk of like Oregon, Washington, and merging it into Idaho, because it actually would work. You would have representation. We talked about redistricting and gerrymandering and all that nonsense. California's literally just voted to completely eliminate any and all conservative seats, period. So there will be zero conservative representation in California now. Yeah, they can just do that. It's fine. Whereas in Texas, we shifted a few seats just so that we'd have a conservative majority, not complete and utter takeover. There's still Democratic seats in Texas. California's like, nope, none at all. I was like, okay, I'm sure that's somehow fair.
Yeah.
I think somewhere in the Constitution it probably states that you have to have representation in
So you're basically saying in any kind of election for president or anything like that, California's just going to be
all blue.
Doesn't matter what you do.
And not to mention Congress is all going to be.
So there's no use in voting.
There's no point in being a conservative in California if you can't somehow manage to get a majority.
Wow.
Yeah, somehow. But they redistricted so far that you probably couldn't, unless there's somehow no one to vote for. I'm sure our California people will probably, all two of you who probably listen to this, I'm certain eventually shows like this will get banned in California. They'll just be banning what you can listen to on Spotify. Which also, shout out to everybody that I met at Mad Llama. If you did subscribe here and you're listening, shout out to Ed. I'm gonna work with him to get some 3D stuff made for us, because he makes like 3D printed medallions in full color.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get some merch made for that, because he was making Mad Llama stuff. So if you see Mad Llama's tap handles, they're all 3D printed. He made those.
Okay.
And they're like beautiful. So I'm gonna get with him and make some stuff like that. I was like, I got pretty high rendered PNG files. I can just send those to you.
Nice.
So we'll see about that in the future. If you guys are interested in buying such things, let me know, because we have stickers and stuff like that, but I got no way to sell them to you directly. And Teespring update, I got my refund for the shirts that they were never going to be able to print. So it was within enough time that they could actually cancel it.
Okay.
So sucks that I can't get my stupid Couch Dweller merch that way, but I'll figure it out. New merch store down the line. But if you still want to get the Learn to Retard mug from Shaun, you can still get that. You could also still get the Couch Dweller mugs. The mugs don't get made at Teespring, so those orders do go through. So there's a mug for almost all of our merch.
Be kind of cool to do a Couch Dweller, 3D printed thing.
I don't know how, unless it's like the couch surrounded by thorns.
Yeah.
Like actually like have like a...
I think a little couch and
ashtray. I mean, what else would it be, So, I don't know. I need to do more work with the Couch Dweller stuff. I've been lazy, if I'm being fair. I mean, you were pointing out my stuff that has fallen over there, but it's all over the place. And I actually cleaned up a little bit yesterday. That's why the door and everything is all out of whack on that side where you normally would be sitting. So, conveniently, we don't have a Jefe, so you don't have to sit over amongst the mess. But like I mentioned earlier, my Power Rangers are now in here, and they haven't been for several months. They've been over there on the desk. And then the toys that were on the desk are now over there, ready to be opened. So trying to remember how to take pride in this room. So I'm going to clean things up, dust, reorganize the shelves, put stuff where it's supposed to be. It'll be a slow-ish process, but I'm going to do it.
I still have yet to get to anything going in my room that I want to have done. My man cave.
You don't have a man cave.
No. All my stuff's locked up.
It's sad.
And Tupperware boxes and everything else.
Tis a sad day.
Yeah.
Why is Jeff sending us reels in the middle of the show? Is that
'Cause-
I don't know.
He
See,
should be here if that's the case.
yeah, right. So I will say there's one really good thing about ordering from Echelon. They give you tracking for every little thing. Like, I just got a notification from PayPal to let me know that it will be shipping soon.
Okay.
But I got the notification from them on Shopify as well, plus an email to all let me know, hey, the order's going through pretty soon. And then when it does ship, I'll get a notification from those 3 places all at once, and then it'll track it all the way along the way. So shout out to Echelon for being like all up in Shopify's business. And, you know, PayPal. When's the last time you got a notification from PayPal that something you purchased has been shipped? Almost never. So it's pretty cool. We won't be probably won't be sponsored by Echelon anytime soon, but you know, if you want to, it's fine.
I won't be talking about my my shipping woes lately.
Uh-oh. Now what?
Me? Oh, I didn't know if you're. No.
Oh, wait, no, that stuff. Yes, I forgot about that. Where things are shipped, but they didn't ship, and then they're still not going to ship, and then it's okay, we're going to ship it next day on this
Ordered
day.
3 times.
Yeah.
One got, completely redirected and stopped. Same thing. Ordered and redirected. Didn't come overnight when it was supposed to. Took 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's not here. And then finally one that's down in the warehouse in Houston that shipped up to me when it's supposed to. And of course, I get the one package same day. I'm like, well, I'll see what happens. I leave it alone.
And that's vinyl.
Yes.
Yeah. What you desperately need as it's the core of your business.
Yes.
So stupid. So stupid. Especially when it's like, hey, you said you shipped it. Where is it? Oh, yeah, sorry about that. It's like, I needed that. It's not like, it's like, you know how I said I needed it by a certain day and that's why I shipped it at that level? It's probably something I needed.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, sorry. It's like, yeah, I'm going to, oh, well, sorry, your ass.
Oh, it's coming from California.
Yeah, I'm sure things are going to get significantly more efficient over there as they lean harder into communism. Well, what I find crazy, both California, New York, and a couple other places, where you have these extreme lefty governors, mayors, all these other things, and they're saying that they're going to tax the billionaires and millionaires out the wazoo, increase the business tax and stuff like that as well, up to like upwards of 11%. It's like, it's weird. It's almost like businesses would like to have less taxes so that they can make more money, so that they can hire more people and produce more in your state. But if you increase that tax, you can't be mad that they fucking leave. Like, no joke. So Tesla moved from Connecticut to here being Texas. Coinbase is moving. Like, the biggest people who move around fucking crypto, they're moving to Texas. The New York Stock Exchange will soon be the Austin Stock Exchange.
Whoa, really?
Next year, that's moving. They're like, no, fuck this, because they're taxing the fuck out of these guys doing trades. And they're like, all the money's leaving. California produces fuck all because they tax the shit out of every major corporation that was there, and they all left, either going to Texas or middle of fucking nowhere states or Florida, where there's almost no kind of sales tax or the business tax is way down. It's almost like if you give people the freedom to do what they need to do and you only tax them what you need to do, you'll attract more business and do more everything. But it seems like when you really, really, really restrict everything and try to make promises of free bullshit to your constituents, and the only way that's going to get paid for is by taxing the fuck out of everybody else, don't be surprised when they leave. That's exactly what's happening. Mass exodus of all these places. So stupid. So stupid. But don't come to Texas, please. We don't need any more people here. We have too many people in Texas as it is. Plus, if too many people come here, then it causes inflation, especially on the housing market.
It's too late.
Yeah, I mean, it was already bad, but the fact that more and more people are coming here makes it worse. And then BlackRock occasionally buying up houses is also a problem. Apparently, that's not as many as it would be thought, but it's enough that you'd think that giant multinational corporations probably shouldn't be able to buy private property like that. Non-commercial private property, I should say. Either way, so if you guys would like to contact the show, you can do so at nowyoumade.awkwardmail@gmail.com, which Jefe fucked up last week. I found that in the edit. He fucked that up. And, of course, you need to follow us over on the Facebook page at Now You Made It Awkward Podcast. And then, of course, on the Instagram at Naimia_pod. Eventually, I'll probably create a Twitter account as well. I have one for myself, but not for the podcast. And, of course, if you want to contact the show directly, other than just sending in an email, you can send it a voicemail over on the Facebook page. You have to send a normal standard text message first. Then it will open up the ability for you to send in a voicemail if you want to. And you can be like our good friend Shaun, Burn Dick Love.
Is he healed?
Yeah, it's healed.
God.
But some scars run deep.
Oh, God.
Well, not that deep. Okay, so Shaun sent in a message. We didn't get one from Tyler this week, but he probably would have got like weird about it. He'd probably take it back. Wait, no, I don't want to. I got to give him some
Did you
shit.
scare him off?
No.
Okay.
He's just been busy. He's had a couple job interviews. He's trying to get this job with a local Catholic organization. So, all right, let's see what Shaun's got for us. Oh, I got to hope that everything's connected. Let me double check. Bluetooth connected. Yay. And oh my God, my phone was so pissed off that I left my watch at home today. It's like, watch disconnected. I was like, I know. I left it at home. And it's just like, no, the watch has been disconnected. I was like, I can tell by the massive tan ring on my arm. And so I'm going to leave it off all week, try to get that back. All right, let's see what Shaun's got.
Question for the pod. Hey, so what do you guys think is the GOAT when it comes to cartoon sitcoms? Is that the word? I'm referring to like The Simpsons, Family Guy, Futurama, American Dad, so on and so forth.
Primetime cartoons.
Who do you think is the GOAT and why? And there's another part to this question is The Simpsons versus Family Guy. Which one's better? To you or overall in your thinking, whatever. So a little backstory is that I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons when it first came out because my mom thought it was grotesque and offensive.
Yep.
I guess because Bart said, eat my shorts or something like that. And she was like, nope, not watching that. You little heathens. Get in there and read some Bible verses and pray.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll come in there and flog you later for something you didn't do yet.
Fair.
So we didn't get to watch this shit till we got older. And Dad's like, they're fucking grown. Let them do what they want. We're like, yay! And then Family Guy comes out, and I'm like,
Which is so much
holy
worse.
shit.
So much worse
If
than The
this came
Simpsons.
out when I was a little kid, my mom would have
Yeah.
just burst into fucking flames from the sinful shit that is on TV now. It is
Yes.
so crazy.
100%.
Anyways, give my questions.
Thanks, Shaun, for asking us that question. So let's do the problem is that the answer for the first one's going to probably dictate the second, right?
Yeah.
You know, but the thing is we got to go all the way back to the Flintstones if we're
I was
talking.
gonna say what? How long? Like, is it talking about,
Flintstones was the
old
beginning.
style
Yeah.
cartoons, or are we talking about just
Well, it's
long line.
primetime family
you got
sitcom
Flintstones,
cartoons.
Jetsons? I mean, you got
Well,
Looney Tunes. You
Jetsons-
got all that stuff. So
But Jetsons weren't evening,
no.
so that's a different. I'm designating this. It has to be primetime.
Okay.
Flintstones was a primetime cartoon. It became a Saturday morning cartoon way later, but it was on basically at 8 p.m. You know, way back in the 70s and whatnot. I think it might have been 7 or 8 p.m. either way. CBS? Forget who technically had the rights to that. Either way. Greatest of all time. I mean, granted, The Simpsons have been the longest running one now. They overtook the Flintstones a long time ago. 35 seasons.
They all still look good.
By sure, but yeah, if it was just as good as it was, it's not. I argue that like The Simpsons might have had some peaks off and on, but like it definitely after season 9 and after the movie, it definitely went downhill. I feel like it should have ended at the movie personally, or they should have ended with a movie. Are we gonna put South Park in that too? I mean, it's not prime time; it's late night.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. How long has they been around now?
shit, since '97 or something, like a long time, 30 years, give or
That's
take.
just about as crude as anything else.
Oh, it's the crudest,
Yeah.
technically speaking. American Dad. This could have easily been like a top 5, really. American Dad was funny, but not nearly as funny as Family Guy. Same effective universe.
You basically got American Dad because of Family Guy.
Yeah. I mean, it was still Seth MacFarlane and everything else too. So, Family Guy is good, but it doesn't. I mean, I was going to say Futurama. I would argue Futurama's probably the best for an almost coherent singular storyline versus the just complete randomness and bullshit of The Simpsons or Family Guy, where, they'll have reference to things that happened in the past sometimes, but it's not like a cohesive one narrative. I don't know, the early days of Futurama didn't. But Futurama's also the shortest running, I think something, because they kept getting canceled. And they only recently came back, right? Who else? Bob's Burgers. I argue that Bob's Burgers is, or became, everything The Simpsons used to be.
Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, but that...
I'm joking.
King of the Hill.
Yeah.
King of the Hill is...
That I would say.
And that was one long, cohesive storyline, effectively, too. And the return was solid. I don't know if you ever got around to watching it.
No.
It was solid.
Okay.
Yeah, really enjoyed that. Are you still having Hulu issues?
Yeah, I don't have Hulu. Yeah.
Okay, that'll be the problem. Yeah, you need to get Hulu so you can watch all these things.
Well,
It's part of Disney now, so.
Well, I'm getting it because of my phone, Disney.
Yeah.
And they won't allow that to.
Oh, well, that's retarded.
Verizon.
I don't know if I can give you access to just Hulu anymore. Because I've got access to your Apple. Haven't used it in a long time, but it's there. And Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2 is coming.
Yeah, I've just recently canceled the Max right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
But that's where it is.
All right.
But it's been good.
I don't watch it.
Why not?
Because
it's scary.
It's stupid.
It's actually pretty good.
No, I'm acting like the guy that usually sits here.
Oh, that one, yeah. We still have. I've rewatched that, remembering that he watched the wrong It, like a fucking idiot.
And when we were at the house, I actually looked for it to figure out where it was, and you have to pay for it each time. So.
What do you mean?
You have to rent it for.
Oh, It,
because it didn't have Max. I don't have Max anymore either.
Oh, okay, I got you. I don't know.
I was like, I got it, and I realized, no, I don't.
We could figure something out, perhaps. See how that'll work. Because I know that they're sketchy sometimes when it comes to
Netflix has gone up. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I'm on the low plan with the ads, and it's still going up. All of it's going up. I saw some ridiculous thing where Disney was like going to be charging like $120, but I think that's for the year.
Okay.
I think that's for the year, but holy fuck.
Yeah.
Also, I think that's for all of it, like ESPN, all that. Hulu's actually getting phased out and coming to being just
Disney Plus or whatever.
But actually, that's the weird part, is that you shouldn't have to get Hulu because everything is mirrored now on Disney.
Man, I guess if I can cancel it, or I can just get a whole new.
Well, because you've got Disney.
Yeah.
You should have access to everything on Hulu from Disney.
I've tried. I don't. Well, how recently can you do that?
Right now, you can go on Disney, and every single thing that's on Hulu is on Disney.
Well, I'll look.
You got it on your phone?
That's too easy.
Yeah. I mean, just pull it up on your phone and see.
Shut up.
Because also, I didn't watch the latest One Punch Man. I forgot to do that, but because it's not been good. But I forgot what we were saying even before that. Okay, still talking about the show.
Yeah, the shows.
So I would argue that Bob's Burgers surpassed The Simpsons in the first few seasons compared to modern Simpsons. Nothing beats classic Simpsons.
No, yeah.
First 9 seasons, the Conan O'Brien era of The Simpsons, that is pure gold, always will be. Modern shit, occasional hit. Like 1 or 2 episodes per season, probably worth it.
Halloween stuff was cool.
Family Guy, all the Star Wars movies from Family Guy were so goddamn funny. I loved all of those. They did the whole first trilogy. Those were all fantastic. But overall, Family Guy it's just the same gimmicks over and over and over. There's no cohesive storylines except the Cleveland Show was pretty good as a spinoff. I don't know if you ever saw that. You got it pulled up?
No, well, I had to update it.
Oh.
It's going.
Yeah.
New Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN, unlimited bundle. Get started. Damn, I gotta log in.
Yeah, you got to log in. Either way, it's fine. We'll figure it out by the end.
Oh,
Because realistically, because of the way they bundled it all now, everything that I've been watching on Hulu, I can just watch on Disney now. I just choose to go to Hulu because it eliminates the Disney stuff. Fuck, man. I don't know who. The greatest of all time has to technically be The Simpsons, even though it's not good anymore. Right? I think that's the best way to put it.
It's I guess since they've
Sheer effort and volume.
Yeah, and they've allowed for other things to happen because of them, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, they set the standard.
Yeah, thank you. That's
Yeah.
what I was looking for, but I can't talk.
It's fine.
I found out recently that's a family thing.
Oh, yeah?
I can't talk.
Good thing you're on a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm up.
Okay. See, guys, it's not just that we talk over him constantly. It's that it's literally a genetic problem. His brain don't work no good.
No, not.
Okay, what do we got?
I
So look for, just look for Alien Earth.
Okay.
Because that was on Hulu. Hulu exclusives.
It says unlock. How do I unlock it?
Is it going to make you get the Hulu bundle to unlock it?
Unlock Hulu on Disney Plus. Explore. So how do I unlock it?
It's a good question.
Content is only available with a Hulu subscription. See?
For now,
Yeah. This page is unavailable.
that's gay.
Yep, I can't do nothing.
That's gay. Stupid Disney. So for now, it's all still separated, even though if you have it all, it
Yeah, because I have
accessible.
Disney and ESPN.
Yeah. Well, just get the cheapest Hulu bundle. Like just the cheap, like what $5 Hulu thing, just so you
Yeah, I
have
had
access.
Peacock and everything too, then I got rid of it.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough. I have access to Peacock now. I just haven't even used it at all.
I did that mainly because of Supercross,
Oh yeah,
because it
Sorry.
was mainly on it.
I'm more interested in Paramount than Peacock because I'd rather watch all the Star Trek stuff.
Yeah, I got that on.
But now it's all slowly coming to Netflix anyway, so it's all like, oh, whatever. It's like it depends on who they syndicate to. Okay, so to his other question, which one's better, Simpsons or Family Guy? I guess it depends on what you're wanting from the show.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, Family Guy is funnier, but it's also ascribes to oh so random, oh so funny, because half the cutaways are just random bullshit. The stuff that Peter gets into is so completely absurd compared to what Homer used to do. Homer would have an entire narrative around the weird shit he would get into, whereas Peter might get into something really weird in this one scene and then never reference it again, right? So I don't know. I think early days, they were probably equal. They're probably on the same footing, but I don't know. I think animation quality is probably better at this point for Family Guy, but maybe I'm wrong.
I still laugh at the very first Simpsons.
The earliest
drawing
episodes. Yeah.
and everything now, how they are now. I used to draw them all the time.
On the Tracy Ullman show way back when. Go way back. When they weren't even the Simpsons, they were called something else. I forget. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple drawings back in the day, at least. Now, slightly more advanced. But it's just a bunch of circles, realistically. They all had the same kind of eyeball and upper lip nose area.
Yeah.
Almost nobody has a different one. I will say, actually, The Simpsons might have to be downgraded because they went woke. You couldn't have a white guy voicing an Indian guy anymore. We literally lost.
Oh, Hank Azaria is no longer.
No, he's not. For like the last 7 years or so, he's not Apu or any of the other characters of other races
I
he
guess I
played.
completely forgot about that.
Yeah, and the funny part is people are like, Apu is a horrible racial stereotype. It's like, why? A highly intelligent Indian man who came to America to make better for his life and, has a business of his own and all these other things? Just because he literally has an accent? It's a problem? It's like, as far as I can tell, the racial stereotypes and things are significantly worse on Family Guy, but they don't give a fuck. It's like they've been literally canceled and they don't care.
So who does the voice for Apu now?
I don't know. They might have just wrote off the character because Hank Azaria couldn't do it anymore. I don't know. I know they basically said it's like anybody who isn't of the. This also falls into the.
Bart's a female.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. Yeah, forget the fact that it's Nancy Cartwright voices Bart. forget the fact that a lot of other people
Oh my
of
God.
other genders possibly voice characters. Forget all that. That doesn't matter. But if you have a black man voice a white man, that part's okay. Now it happens.
Okay.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. If we tried to give Bart a fucking male voice at this point, it would be weird.
Yeah, I would.
But also, like, everybody's voice is completely and utterly.
I remember when I was younger and I found out about that. I was like, what? It's like,
Yeah.
okay, doesn't matter.
It is funny.
God.
So stupid, right?
Yeah.
There's no accounting for stupidity around here. So I guess in that regard, Family Guy is better.
Mm-hmm.
There's been other weird scandals behind the scenes and shit like that, but not as dumb as, hey, you can't have a white guy who's only voiced this character for 27 fucking years continue to do it anymore because racial stereotypes are bad.
But how dare we give a dog a voice?
Don't talk about that. How do we have a giant anthropomorphic chicken either? Doesn't make any fucking sense. It's like, how many characters does Seth MacFarlane do on Family Guy? I think something like 30.
Yes.
Yeah. Not to mention all the other shows he's involved with.
I do like Kelsey Grammer, though, on The Simpsons.
Who's he? Oh, Sideshow Bob.
Yes.
Yeah. God, I pulled that one out of my brain. It's just like, I know who you're meaning. Who was it? Had to dig. Yeah. But once again, as I discovered not that long ago on a trivia night, Bruce Willis has never been on The Simpsons, which is very weird. And now he never can.
Yeah.
Sad day.
Mm-hmm.
James Earl Jones did. Several times.
That'd be very deep.
Well, the funny part is he didn't always have like a super deep voice, because a lot of it, like if you think back, first appearance of Darth Vader, his voice wasn't very low. It was very like, find those Death Star plans. That is like, it wasn't, go find the Darth. It's like, it was later they started lowering the voice.
Have
It's
you
like,
seen the footage without his voice?
Yes.
That is so weird.
It's so weird. Do you hear, is it David Prost
Yeah.
doing the voice
yeah.
from inside the suit?
I'm like, it just is not the same.
No, it's very strange. Well, thank God we got that forever now. I think that older actors need to just go ahead and all of them need to give up their voice rights to characters. All of them. Because at this point, it's like, fuck it. It's like, this way you don't never have to get in the booth again. Just sign away your fucking voice for the characters that they want to use them for, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it.
And you get your check.
And get your check and get the fuck out.
Yep.
At this point.
You don't have to get up, get in here, or anything like that.
Yeah.
We can, yeah.
Literally, somebody else will do the acting. We're just going to use Respeecher and God knows what else to... at this point, it's so absurd.
It's not
how
like they're
can
going to
do
be used for something that don't want to. Like you said, you're going to sign off on.
Yeah, sign off on it. I mean, if we want to do a porn parody with your voice, we can. We're Disney. Right?
Never mind. I don't even know what you're looking at.
Nope. Either way, speaking of terrible parodies, the fucking live-action Moana teaser trailer popped this weekend. Why? Fucking why? It's a movie that's 10 years old. One of the best Pixar Disney movies ever. Great music, great acting, great story. I enjoy that movie. Jessica will watch and sing along the whole time like she's fucking 5. They decided to do a live action remake, and I really, really hoped that they wouldn't fucking make it totally happen. They did anyway, so fuck it. And of course, The Rock is playing Maui.
Yeah.
In a ridiculous muscle suit. I mean, he's jacked, don't get me wrong.
I didn't even look at it mainly because I was just like,
no,
here we go again.
You see him jump off the cliff as Maui to turn into the eagle, and you can tell he's way bigger than The Rock can physically be. He looks basically like Troy Polamalu. It's like, I mean, I probably would have just got a rather large, I almost said Himalayan, the Polynesian guy to play him instead of using The Rock, because The Rock is not that big. But it's the same actress is playing Moana, just now she's 10 years fucking older. It's like, great. I don't know who's playing anybody else in the movie. I don't know how they're going to fucking work that. All I know is that for everything, it's it's a 90% CGI fucking movie that is trying to replace a 100% CGI movie. Doesn't make any goddamn sense. Not to mention Moana 2 just came out last year.
Yeah.
Or maybe earlier this year. I don't know exactly when it came out. I think it was December of last year. So fucking stupid. Nobody should see this movie. If you can hear my voice, do not give Disney another goddamn dollar for these stupid live action remakes. Like, if it's a classic Disney movie, fine.
Yeah, this is one thing about that. Is they'll love these movies, but they absolutely hated Tron, Aries.
I mean, different.
Yeah, but it's the saying. Everybody's wanting
Jared
Tron.
Leto wasn't singing solo songs to himself, right?
No, but no one liked it because of him. I was like, get past that. Just enjoy the movie. But we're
I still haven't seen it.
we're remaking a cartoon basically that's already been out.
Yeah.
To live. So I'm like,
Not only that is still
yeah,
mostly a cartoon.
it's like How to Train Your Dragon.
That another movie, totally, completely, and utterly unnecessary.
But it is almost
Exactly. shot for shot remake.
Yes.
And the funny part is, because live action can't do what cartoons do, they had to make scenes longer because real people can't be cartoons. It's almost like we invented cartoons because real people couldn't do those things. And now we've decided real people should do those things while surrounded by cartoons. So the stupidest part about the trailer or teaser trailer is they show Hey, the fucking retarded chicken. It looks terrible because it's CG. It's so stupid. Everything else looks like a realistic version of all the crazy CG shit. Like even the little coconut guys, whatever, I forgot what they're called. Mauna or something. Something. I don't remember what they're called. Shows their weird, crazy island ship, like at a distance. That looks awesome. Don't get me wrong. But it looked awesome the first time, too.
Yeah.
It's like there was no reason to do this at all. How to Train Your Dragon was 15 years. At least at some kind of time. But also, once again, didn't need to be done. If you wanted to do anything for How to Train Your Dragon, just update the original movie with the graphics from 3. Like, completely redo the movie, just visually, with the updated visuals from How to Train Your Dragon 3. And it would have been awesome. That's it. Nothing else. Same acting. Don't change a fucking thing. Just update it like you would do like an anniversary game. Like Halo 2 Anniversary Edition. And you could turn off the graphics, like from new graphics to the original graphics. You could change that shit. Do that for a CGI movie. It's like, when do we get live action Cars? If we're going to be retarded, let's just go for it. Let's go full Simple Jack here, people. Somehow, watch.
That's what NASCAR is now.
Now, I will say, something I would love to see, especially now that we're getting so much new Stephen King content in this new HBO It universe, I would love to see Christine redone. Because
that would be interesting.
Because that movie was garbage. Compared to the book, that movie was garbage. I love that book. But, like, I watched that movie. I don't think I have it anymore. But it was pretty faithful, but they had to leave out some stuff. They had to adapt some stuff. So, in the movie, I don't know if you've seen it. Did you ever see that movie?
Christine?
Yeah, the original?
Yeah.
So, at the end, he smashes the car with like a bulldozer?
Yeah.
Do you know what he smashed it with in the book?
No.
A giant pink septic truck named Petunia.
Okay.
Which would you rather actually see on screen? Like, personally, I want to see him ramming that car over and over again with a fucking septic truck.
Yeah. I want to see how big the sucker is.
Yeah. Like a huge, one of the big ass septic
Yeah.
trucks from like the fucking 70s. Like, don't get me wrong, it's nice that he smashed it with the fucking bulldozer and then they pushed it off into the fucking landfill to get crushed or whatever. I forget exactly how that ended. But, like, so many better things happened. Like, because one thing, and I'm pretty sure they skipped it in the book, they skip out on I forgot the main character's name. He was gravely injured in an accident, shattered his fucking leg and everything like that. And so he had a long recovery time. So months go by, and he and Lee start building up their relationship. And then, like, even though his leg is all fucked up, like, they are hanging out trying to trap Arnie/Christine at the final scene. And they end up making out and then going at it in the car while they're waiting for him to finally show up where they're trying to trap him, which completely skipped over in the movie. But the fact that like one thing is that it's a manual transmission and he's got a fucked up left leg, so he's having to constantly shift to the point that basically he can't use his fucking left leg by the time he's done fucking smashing this thing with the car. None of that in the fucking movie, you know? So like one of those times where I'm very Jefe, like it's like make it more like the book. In this case, would have benefited from it, but good luck finding a 58 Plymouth Fury Sport at this point.
There might
still be an original one for the first movie still laying around.
God.
But you need like 10, right? You need like the hero version, you need the drive around version, because we can really do self-driving cars now.
need some camera versions.
Oh, what would be badass is if they like have like a Tesla underneath and they could just completely control it. You know, it's just a shell on the outside. 3D printed Plymouth Fury shell on top of a Tesla base. That'd be kind of cool, actually. See, why can't we get that? Like, instead of getting the stupid ass ugly electric cars, give us the base platform that we can adjust for the wheelbase of the vehicle we want, and then be able to install whatever fucking classic vehicle body we want on top of that platform. That would be the real future of this, so we can get a cool fucking hot rod that doesn't look like a brick. Or have stupid thin fucking headlights.
Or a refrigerator.
Yes, appliances on wheels. Either way, I think that would be cool to get a Christine remake. A Christine series would probably still work. I'm getting to the point where if you're going to do a book adaptation at this point, do a series, not a fucking movie. I mean, the two It movies were fine, but they still skipped a lot.
Yeah.
But that's why they're making it up for in the series now with Derry. And they're getting 3 whole seasons out of that shit, or they're going to try. And hopefully that gives us a Shawshank spinoff. Hopefully that gives us a Mist spinoff. Hopefully that gives us a Carrie spinoff.
But the series has to be longer than 30 freaking minutes.
Well, Derry is like 45 to an hour.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I've watched some series lately that there's only 8 to 10 episodes, but they're 20 to 25 minutes long. I'm like,
yes,
just make the freaking movie then. That case. I
forget which one of these recent series was like that. It was like 8 episodes and all of them were 30 minutes. What was that? I don't even remember. It's a real new series. Fuck, I don't remember.
I mean, Stick was like that, the golf one.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, it was a good series. I'm like, just make it longer. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they can't all be HBO, but I mean, like, Netflix is getting more and more akin to wanting to do longer running shows instead of quick 28-minute whatevers.
Maybe Stick is like 30. I can't remember how long it was, but there was another one that was really
Either
short.
way,
I was like, what the heck, man?
It's one thing when it's something like Vox Machina or it's an animated show. Cool.
Yeah.
30 minutes, but you've got 12 episodes. You're making the best of it, right? You know, go anime style effectively. Which, by the way, the final season of Vox Machina is coming. First episode of The Mighty Nine just came out. It's on Amazon. But they put the first episode up on their YouTubes. I know you did. But Mighty Nine's the adjacent series. So not the same characters or anything, but it's their second campaign from Critical Role. So they're doing that, and then the final season of Vox Machina is coming next year, I believe. So fun times. Oh, I think it was Invincible. So Invincible does like 30-minute episodes, and they're only doing like 8 episodes a season. I was like, you gotta fucking give us more. It's like at least 12. Come on, we'll wait a little bit longer. Because the first season I thought was split in 2 in the first place because of production problems due to COVID. Like, fuck it, let's go a little longer, get it done.
I know this is animated and everything, but what happened to sitcoms going, 12 weeks or whatever it is?
Fuck, dude, they used to be all year.
Yeah.
It used to be like 36 episodes. Yep. Dude, I think the first season of Power Rangers was something like 54 fucking episodes. It's absurd. It's like they used to do just year-long series. But what really pissed me off in that aspect was when Doctor Who did that shit. So Doctor Who went from 10 or 11 episodes of the main season, and then they would do the Christmas episode. So they get 12 or 13 out of the whole year. Then they started doing like 6 and a Christmas or holiday episode. They started getting away from Christmas because, reasons that I don't know why the UK would suddenly start moving away from Christian holidays. I don't know why that would possibly happen. Either way. So, but they started going like 6 or 8 fucking episodes. Same thing with Game of Thrones. The final seasons were like 8 episodes, 7, and then I think 6 for the final season, just because they were throwing in things. But if you give me 6 episodes and each one's like an hour and 15 minutes long, I'm on board for that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like the Sherlock series, every episode's an hour and a half. You get a full fuck-off movie, so I can live with 3 episodes a year because you gave me a trilogy per year. I'm okay with that. And if it's like 2 weeks in between episodes, okay, I'm not going to cry because I got a fucking hour and a half out of this. So I miss Sherlock. That shit was so good. That's such a good fucking series. That is how you do a modern fucking retelling of a classic story, in my opinion.
With Cumberbatch?
Yeah. Like, fuck all the other series related. I mean, sure, the Robert Downey Jr. movies, whatever. I haven't even seen them. I don't want anything to do with Elementary. I've seen about 5 seconds of that show, and I'm like, no. And then somehow it's still going from what I heard, or got rebooted again. I'm like, no, this shit is garbage. It's like, are people watching it just because they can't have Sherlock? That's got to be it, right?
Having withdrawals.
They're having withdrawals, and I'm just
You
like,
have something.
lesser. And I don't think they're ever going to come back to continue doing that. I mean, there's still endless fucking books they never even got to. I just don't know if they're interested in even playing the characters anymore. You know, Martin Freeman's off doing, I don't actually know what he's doing currently. I think he did some stage stuff after getting through the movies and series. Cumberbatch is doing fucking everything. He's all over the fucking place. His face doesn't even look the same anymore. It's crazy to think. He doesn't even look gaunt anymore. Like, it's funny. His face got fatter.
Well, yeah, he's gotten beefier.
He got
that stuff.
Yeah, he got beefier over the years instead of skinnier. He was skinny to begin with. That's so funny. But that's also, shit, when did the first season of Sherlock was like 2013? That's fucking crazy to think.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I can't remember exactly what all he started off doing.
As far as I know, that was one of his first roles.
Sherlock? That's why I was
Yeah.
going to say. I think that's the first time I've ever seen him doing anything.
Yeah, I don't know anything else. 2010. 15 fucking years since that show started, and we only got 5 seasons out of it. And some of those were incomplete. One of those was technically a movie.
Damn, he does a lot, though.
Yeah, no, it's absurd. I'm sorry, it was only 4 seasons. I always give him credit for 5 because that was not actually a thing. But it says Mark Gatiss has stated the show is not coming back to the lead actor's lack of interest and busy schedules. Like I said, yep. I mean, they ended on a good note. I can't be mad at where they ended. I'm just mad that we don't get any more. That's the only way I look at it. It's like, I'm just sad that we don't get any more of it. But either way. What was the other note? Oh, yes. Very important live action movie news, because this is what we do now. We got the first images from the live action Legend of Zelda movies. Or movie, sorry. I guess it's good. Technically. I mean, it looks cool. The kid playing Link actually looks pretty decent. The chick playing Zelda is attractive, but I don't know how young she is, so I'm not going to say much more. Looks like there's some possibly British people here. Okay. Okay, so Legend of Zelda, I got this up on Variety here. Zelda will be played by Bo Bragason? Son? I'm going to guess it's a Japanese. Oh, it's a Japanese kid. You said that. Okay. And then Link is being played by... Bo is her first name? Wow. Okay. And then Link is played by Benjamin Evan Ainsworth. That is a fucking British-ass name right there. Damn it. Hold on. I got some phlegm.
Don't die.
Trying not to. So the actor is known for her roles in BBC One series Three Girls and The Jetty, as well as Disney Plus's Renegade Nell. Sorry. I realized I said that with such a heavy accent. I was like, nope, that's not how that works. Last year, she starred in Euros Lynn's vampire comedy, The Radleys. Okay.
This almost be like British stuff.
Yeah, very. I'm okay with that. I don't even know who's actually making this series or a movie. Ainsworth, who is also English, I gathered that from the fucking name, was the voice of Pinocchio in Robert Zemeckis' live-action Pinocchio. There were 3 fucking Pinocchios in 1 year. I don't know which one they're talking about. I know it wasn't the Guillermo del Toro one because that was the claymation one. And played Miles in the Netflix series The Haunting of Bly Manor. Okay, I know a lot of people watch that show. All right. He also stars in the Canadian comedy series Son of a Critch and appeared in an episode of Sandman. Okay, I know that show. So I don't know if you got a chance to look at this. So that's... They look the part. I know a lot of people were pushing for Zelda to be played by someone's trans kid. I forgot who it was. I mean, like, he, she, they, it. Because I don't know pronouns on that one. Sure, looked the part after feminization surgeries and everything else. Just pointy elfin ears on her. Him. I don't know. Not anyway. I mean, Zelda looks like Zelda. Link looks like Link. But the problem is, with a movie like this, is Link going to talk? Link doesn't talk in any of the modern games. He just makes his ha sound whenever he cuts things. People talk at Link, but he never gets to say anything. So I don't know. But also the fact that it shows them together in a field. It's like, that's odd, because usually Link's doing the rescuing of Zelda, and they sometimes don't meet. So maybe this is like early in the movie, their first like meeting. Probably doesn't know she's a princess, all this other stuff, and then eventually has to go rescue her. No other cast info that I can find so far, because I forgot who it was asking a question about, it was on Twitter when I got into, I was saying, it's like, that's weird. I was like, but are they both trans? Because they should be if this is modern day. It said, what A-lister do you think they'll have play Ganon? And I'm like, or Ganondorf, technically. I was like, I hope none. I want no fucking A-listers anywhere near this movie. Not a single fucking person. I want all lesser known, if completely unknown cast. Why? Because the A-listers don't help. They hinder movies, in my opinion. Especially when it's something like this that's never been attempted. Right? It's like, maybe other people feel differently. Let me know in the comments. But to me, first of all, Ganondorf, they kind of come from the sandier regions of Hyrule. Tend to have darker skin and whatnot. So I'm not entirely certain how they're going to represent Ganondorf. Hopefully pretty accurately. But as for other characters, like the King of Hyrule, like Zelda's dad, somebody said Robin Williams would have been good at that. I'm like, technically speaking, as a nerd who named his daughter Zelda, sure. Would have been a nice cameo. I don't know if he could have played it serious, but we know he could do a pretty solid fake British accent. So, but he'd also be, what, mid-70s by now, I guess? So, I don't know. Might have been good casting. A little on the nose, but, you know, would have been interesting. Have Robin Williams go to the Legend of Zelda movie premiere with his daughter Zelda. Might have been cool, actually, now that I think about it. I don't know. I don't know who I would want at all cast in any of these things at this point. It's like I said, I want nobodies. Or get British actors like they're already doing. All these people from the BBC. Cool. I don't know most of them. And they haven't been in a Marvel movie yet. Good. It's like, bring in nobodies. I'm okay with that. People who have been only doing TV in Britain.
Yeah.
Sweet. I can live with that. New blood to the fucking world of movies, especially video game movies, which are already hard enough to fucking do, let alone live action where you got to fight like Octoroks and all kinds of other crazy shit in Zelda, you know? And, you know, speaking of Zelda, it was very interesting because Shaun brought this up the other day. He was asking me about a dumb video game idea he had like way back when. And he's like, "Do you ever come up with anything like that?" I was like, deep breath. Let me tell you about the time that I invented an entire fucking Legend of Zelda video game. So, like, I think I talked about it on the show like several years ago, way back when, probably original cast days. I actually, in the Ocarina of Time era, so Ocarina and Majora's Mask era, it would have been a third game in that series both playing with time travel, but also in 64 level graphics and stuff like that. And it would have centered around a dystopian timeline where everything was wiped out and there's only very few remnants of people. Evil was overtaking the land and everything else like that. And the hero of time, quote unquote, accidentals himself into the Temple of Time, pulls the sword out to defend himself, and ends up getting transported back to the past before the calamity happened. And then basically you would have to stop said calamity from happening over the course of the next 5 days. In the same time, restoring the different areas, like the jungle people, the fucking, the undead people, the water people, all that. Basically, like, each one is corrupted and fucked up, and as time goes by, you have to fix those areas, create new allies, bring everybody together to stop the calamity from happening. But at the end of the 5 days, you'd have to reset or everybody dies. So you still have to do the time travel aspect of it. So if you don't complete everything in the first 5 days, you die anyways. But ultimately, you get to the point where you've got everybody united against the evil, stuff like that. But the point is, like, the MacGuffin. Jefe's not here to count. MacGuffin.
I'm going to tell him.
Yeah, he won't hear it, so it's fine. Is elemental arrows that you get from each section. So if you've got, like, the arrow of life, which comes from the forest area, the arrow of death that literally comes from the undead zombie place, you got the water, fire, all that, and eventually you get to the arrow of light, which helps defeat evil. So even created a new species, which actually became canon later. So I was like, God damn it, they stole my fucking idea. It's like basically the avians, the fucking bird-based people who live in the sky.
Yeah.
Like, damn it, I came up with that idea back in the 90s. Then they created it in, like, whatever was a sequel to, like, Skyward Sword, and then from there on out. Which is actually funny because their version of bird people are actually a spin-off of the Zora who live in the water. It's really kind of weird how it's like, they... Either way. So I came up with that, and, like, literally, like, how everything worked, everything, the names for everything, the design for all that. And I didn't put a single bit of it on paper.
Yeah.
Not a fucking thing. It was all in
have.
my head. I should have and sold it to fucking Nintendo. That would have been fantastic. But the whole point was, of course, you eventually do stop the calamity from happening and restore the timeline to how it should be. But basically, at the end of the game, the hero puts the sword back in the temple and gets sent back to the future. But you have no idea if it fixed it for him or if he just saved these people from being wiped out. Because he's from a future that shouldn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So that's how it's supposed to end.
Oh.
Literally, like, you see him go off and get transported back to the future, but you don't go with him. So, I don't know. I thought it was going to be a fun idea. Of course, you could probably make it happen nowadays with the way AI can program shit. Could probably make it happen.
Make it happen.
Make my own Legend of Zelda N64 game just for funsies. It's either way. But there was going to be interesting mechanics once you got the other characters unlocked. Because I can't remember his name. Is Captain something or other. I'm fairly certain it was in one of the games. But, they have the undead skeleton people. They're not evil. They're just dead, They're not whatever. But the leader of them was like a huge skeleton. And the whole point for him in this game would have been that once he's on your side, whenever you have, like, your whole party together of all of the people that you gathered, he can transform into, like, a fucking truck that can roll down the road. You're basically in a giant skeleton van, and you can all ride down this fucking road together in your giant skeleton friend. Almost like the Flintstones, going back to the Flintstones idea. Like bone wheels and shit like that come out. So it'd be like, that would have been neat to be able to have to fight off enemies from inside the giant skeleton van. That was a whole thing. So, and there was a road trip. I forget where we went. It was me and my buddy Ben. And I don't remember if we went to Galveston. We went somewhere. And I told him about this entire fucking game on this road trip because it took so long to get from where we were going. I mean, from beginning to end, I told him the entire thing.
Damn.
Yeah. And he's like, by the time I was done and we got home, he's like, I want to play that game now. I was like, okay.
Well, you
I
have
was
to
like,
wait a little bit.
Should have made it happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait 30 more years. Maybe we'll make it happen when we don't even need video games anymore. So I guess that's an interesting question for everybody, especially if you are a video game nerd. Was there any kind of thing like you would love to have seen in a video game that never quite happened? Maybe some crossovers, say like any of the Street Fighter crossovers, but something like that, or a different kind of GTA type of situation, or Red Dead Redemption, which is, Grand Theft Horse, as Jefe always says. If there's anything out there you've ever, not that you have to sit down and create it, or if there was ever just a fun idea, let us know. Did you ever, you weren't a big gamer.
I wasn't a big gamer.
Yeah.
So
The only other thing I would have loved would be a modern hunting game, but with like classic Nintendo graphics. So like Big Buck Hunter,
yeah.
but in like 8-bit fucking it's like 3-dimensional 8-bit graphics would be kind of funny, almost like Minecraft. There you go. I mean, you can do anything in Minecraft at this point. So yeah, anyways, let us know that in the comments down below, guys. So wait, when is your birthday? Tomorrow? Friday?
Next week.
Next week?
No, it is Friday.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say.
had to think. Sorry.
Yeah, so your birthday's coming up.
Yeah, I don't even follow my own damn birthday.
Yeah, we just did Jefe and Luke's birthday.
Yeah, it was kind of supposed to be a combination of everybody's.
There was not really a whole lot of celebrating. There was mostly us just all standing around.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still a good, nice gathering.
Yeah.
Except for the giant buckets of food left over.
He made way too much freaking food.
I think he made food for 50, and we had like, 18 at best?
Yeah.
Like at most, we had like 18
Well, he
people.
knew there was supposed to be like 25, but
Yeah.
we aren't all there at the same time.
And then we still didn't even get 25 because your parents actually didn't end up hanging out.
No.
I mean, sure, they got leftovers, I assume.
Yes. I guess.
But even then, there was an entire pot of chicken
He took that.
left over. There was an entire thing and a half of rice. I mean, even the soup that Heidi made didn't hardly get ate. Although that was really, really good. The entire tray of, basically a tray and a half of cornbread that didn't get touched. This is like, all of this was like way too much. Like, I guess they probably assumed that Luke would have had more friends.
The next day he did.
Yeah.
So they had a gathering.
Okay. Yeah, because I was going to say, it's like he only had the one friend come over, or two friends, I guess, technically. The young lady as well. Is that his
One that got lost finally showed up later on.
Way late. Yeah, because I think that was the one that got sent to fucking middle of nowhere, Huntsville.
Yes.
Yeah. If I recall correctly. But either way, we had that party. That was a lot of fun. Definitely regretted eating all those greens later.
Oh, God.
I mean, only a little regret, but, it was still good. Had some good beer, good other stuff. Finally polished off that tiny bit of Elvis whiskey that was left. So I have room for one more bottle now in my collection. we need to have another get together so I can empty out another bottle of something.
Another bottle of
Yeah,
something.
just another bottle of something, because there's so many bottles that are old over there. It's just like, we need to fucking get to this shit, So we'll have to figure that out. So anything else going on y'all's end of the world?
No. Not that I know of.
Sports with Cade.
No, he is actually... he tried out for basketball.
Okay,
Did not make it.
good.
So
Considering last year, good.
yeah. He wasn't too sure about it anyways. And then he was like, oh, just go try it and see how it is. And then he goes and tries out and didn't get it.
Because this is junior high now, right?
Yeah. And he's all pissed off because some of the kids that did get it that aren't very good. I'm like, who cares? You don't really want to play anyways right now. Yeah, but it's like, no, don't worry about it.
Yeah, why would you be mad at that?
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I mean, I tried out for basketball. I didn't get it. But I also was not good at playing on a actual regulation court. I play like hell in a driveway.
Yeah.
But I sucked at any organized sports. Like, we tried running some drills. I fucked all that up. It was like, I've never been good at organized stuff like that at all. But, that's just me.
So right now he's doing a little bit of the weight training and everything.
Good.
Doing in athletics.
Good.
And then we'll probably concentrate a couple days a week on golf.
Yeah. Good. Good.
But anything else really going on? Not really. So, I don't know. I'm boring. I have a boring life.
Sorry, I'm stretching my leg because I have a bad habit of sitting with my leg turned, and it's causing tension in the middle of my shin. It's an unpleasant feeling.
Well, I have my legs crossed and pretty much underneath me right now.
Yeah. Well, I tend to do that too, but like, I don't know if it's just how I sit here. Like maybe I just need a little more elevation or something. I don't know. It's like just enough tension that it causes my shin to be tight, and it's annoying. Oh, I did want to say, wishing a speedy recovery to Laura, who is a longtime supporter of my stuff, Patreon and everything else like that. She just had knee surgery yesterday.
And that sucks because I've been there.
Yeah. Well, she didn't have to have like knee replacement or anything else like that. She had a cyst growing inside her
Oh,
knee.
okay.
So they had to go in, pull it out. Luckily, I'm fairly certain it was benign, nothing crazy going on, but they had to go in and pull that shit out. And she did message us this morning in the Patreon and say that, you know, her leg is bandaged from the ankle past the knee, and she's going to be immobilized for a little bit. But I think she's supposed to have like a 6 or 7 week recovery time, because she is older. You know, not going to give away her age here, but you know, and she also works in medical care, so she has to work with patients and to do stuff like that. So she needs to be 100% before she can really go back to work.
Absolutely.
Because she actually had a bad fall at work. She didn't realize what it actually was because of that. She just had no idea that's what was going on at the time. It just her knee gave out effectively. She had a really nasty fall. So that's basically how they got there. They did an MRI on her leg and stuff and found that. So.
Yeah, I tore my cartilage or whatever it was. So I had the orthoscopic surgery.
Yeah.
So I had nice little holes and everything on my knee.
Fun.
So I was in a... Yeah, which really... what sucked on that, it was 8th grade.
Damn.
And, yeah, football. Imagine that.
Oh, yeah. You in sports? No way.
Yes. I get a machine that you put your leg in, and it moves it for you. That way, because I couldn't do it myself.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, I had no pretty much movement in it when they did the surgery. But I was so drugged and everything the night after, because it's still in my system.
Yeah.
When I was 8th grade, so I'm 13, something like that. I actually sleptwalk on
the drugs.
on the drugs, on the bad knee. And I'm hobbling through and bouncing off the walls, and my parents hear me, and they get me and put me back in. I'm like, I don't remember this.
I can honestly say, other than the fact that I used to have night terrors, I never did any sleepwalking.
I used to sleep a
even on Ambien.
lot, but yeah.
But that definitely sounds like Ambien. Nice, right there. Just doing all kinds of crazy shit.
But yeah, knee surgery sucks.
Yeah, I hope I don't ever have to go there. I never had any major surgeries. I mean, outside of the one I had when I was like literally an infant to unfold my intestines, which leaves me with this lovely scar down my chest, and the reason why I have so many digestive issues now. Thanks, guys. Appreciates that. Because the way my intestines now adhere to my the inside cavity wall of my body is bad. It's not supposed to do that. But other than having surgery now, there's no way to fix that. And even then, probably couldn't guarantee that it wouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
So that's the only actual surgery I've ever had. I've never had anything for bones or anything else like that. I thought I was going to need it for one accident, but I was lucky. I was just thinking back, going through Facebook timeline. It's like this time 2 years ago was when we were dealing with Jessica's accident and, you know, trying to figure out how the hell she was going to walk. And I think because she'd gone a month without having a cast on her foot. And then we finally got one put on, and then we're like, shit, how the hell do we get her up and down the stairs? You know, and that's when she had to literally learn to crawl up the fucking stairs every night. So she had knee pads.
God.
Yep. She had to crawl on her hands and knees to get up the fucking stairs at night.
Damn.
Yep. Well, she did get in trouble from her doctor because he checked out her initial, you know, after how many weeks, like 6 weeks or whatever. She had basically crunched her fucking cast because she had been walking on it so much. And he basically bullied her because, like, hey, you've been walking on this shit. Like, the bottom of that cast was soft. It wasn't fucking doing anything. It had gotten wet because of one bad rain, and she hated using her fucking knee dolly to fucking roll around everywhere. And she was using a fucking cane to get around, which she was using it wrong. So she wasn't taking any weight off the foot. In fact, she was putting the weight on the foot and thinking it was doing anything. But I was just thinking back to that shit because our good friend the Parkers just got into a car accident yesterday. They got rear-ended on 45.
Damn.
They're okay, but they didn't. They were literally just trying to plan on getting a second vehicle, and now their main vehicle is fucked. So, shout out to Lindsay and Shaun. I hope you guys are all okay. I don't know if the kiddo was in there or not, but I hope
not.
Yeah, doesn't sound bad, but it's bad enough. Because also Shay from Frankenbolts, she got fucking. I don't think it was a hit and run, but it was a minor hit where it fucked up the front of her vehicle, and the other vehicle wasn't even bothered. Like, so her car is currently in the shop getting fixed for that bullshit. So it's like, it's going around out there, you know, so everybody be careful. Oh, man. And even this morning on 45, there was an accident or two that slowed down my morning, which was not fun. On the northbound side, it looks like somebody attempted to exit in front of somebody else and ended up rolling their truck. And so there were three vehicles that I could see from where I was stuck in traffic. There was a PT Cruiser sideways in the exit lane. The truck was upside down on the area between the exit and the shoulder. I'm sorry, it was on its side, but you can see the roof had been crushed in, so it had rolled. And then there was another truck, very similar looking, which I thought was really weird, that was just sitting there. Seemed to be unaffected. So I don't know if they were a witness or they like got slightly sideswiped, but from where I was sitting, that truck looked fine. And then so all the northbound traffic was having to avoid that shit. And apparently there was an accident on the southbound side, but by the time I got through all of that nonsense, that accident had cleared out, and that was just everybody rubbernecking. So I had like a 20-minute delay to my fucking morning due to that shit. But once again, it's just like, it's crazy out here, you know? Stupid. I see so many fucking stupid drivers or people who perhaps are not from around here and somehow have a driver's license they possibly shouldn't have.
Yeah.
They're out there causing accidents and either hitting and running or giving fake information.
Yeah, I had a guy weaving in and out of traffic on the way here. I was like,
Oh, yeah, I saw
where
one
are
of
you
those.
going? I mean,
Yeah, on my way. Where was I going? It was when I was going down to Madalama last week. Same shit. Somebody like just weaving in and out of fucking Saturday evening traffic. I was like, dude, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting anywhere. And even the other morning, somebody just driving insane passes me, cuts in and out, drives around people, passes in a non-passing zone and all this other shit. And they literally catch every fucking red light. So
Yeah.
all of us just end up right behind them.
Yep.
I was like, you people are fucking stupid. Like, I drive fast, but I don't drive aggressively stupid. And I see so many people drive aggressively stupid. And then I see all these guys who, with their hot-rodded fucking Mustangs or Camaros with their 360 cam rig hanging off the fucking back thinking that they're badasses. Like, I get it. Your car's fast and you're trying to get fucking views on the gram, but don't be a retard.
yeah.
Just stop being a retard. You know, and by the way, I got scolded slightly for using that word the other night. So we have to stop saying retard now on the show. I did
Okay.
I did explain to the person. I was trying to be very nice because she was sharing her particular views with me, and I was attempting to be as nice as I could. Because clearly she was also under the influence of alcohol, so you know she was very much in her feelings, and I didn't want to piss her off. So we got onto this conversation about how, and I don't know if she'll listen to this or not. She just supposedly subscribed to the show. She was talking about how being biracial, she didn't know that she had internalized racism from how she was raised. And once she finally dealt with her own internal racial biases, that's when she could finally move on and be more who she was. Yeah. So, look, everybody goes through different struggles. You know, being a half black, half white adopted person, definitely going to have some issues that I can't possibly understand as a person of color. Which, by the way, I did explain to her, which I thought was a little funny. because at one point she was getting on to the fact that basically everybody's racist in their own way, and you just got to figure it out in what way you are racist, but odds are you are racist because that's just how you were raised. And I'm like, I mean, I wasn't really raised to be racist. I grew up in a multicultural neighborhood. I was babysat by an old Cuban man down the street. I had a couple of white friends. I grew up in a Ukrainian family. My mom's best friend was a black woman who was married to a legit, like straight up from Africa, black man. And then her whole house that I also grew up in was literally all African stuff everywhere. And I don't mean black. I mean like African stuff everywhere, which I never put those together until way later in life. I was like, oh, I didn't actually know he was from Africa because I almost never saw him because he was always at work. I only ever saw her and the kids. And it's just like, yeah, I didn't grow up with racism. That didn't exist in my universe. And she's like, well, that's not my lived experience. It's like, I didn't say it was your lived experience. I said this was mine. Yeah. It's like you grew up in a thing, and then she's like, well, people see me and then they prejudge me then whether or not she was talking about whether or not somebody was comfortable enough to use the N-word around her because they accepted that she was more black than white. And I'm like, and she did actually say it was an old white woman, not a black person. I'm like, okay, yep, that's definitely an issue where a white woman literally is like,
and saying it,
but also in her like late 60s is like, I mean, I guess it depends on how she's saying it, but whatever. It's like, did she call you that or call somebody else that, or was she just saying the word? Because I've always argued there's a difference between saying a word and using a word. Like, because it's really hard to do most rap lyrics nowadays.
Yep.
Sorry, that's just the truth of it, as silly as it sounds. It's like, okay, I'm just saying the word, but I'm not directing it at anybody. If you do that, then you're probably going to be a piece of shit. But I also argued when it came down to retard, she's like, and I tried to argue this very nicely, and she was like, you can't use that word because it'll offend people with special needs and all these other things. And I'm just like, first of all, I agree that if you are being an asshole and you're calling someone with special needs, whatever that might be, a retard, and you're not doing it in a clinical setting, like doctors can use that as it's being like, yes, they are retarded in a very literal medical sense. Sounds bad, but that's where it came from. It's what it means. If you're an asshole, to quote Titus, if you're saying all these horrible negative shit to a person with Down syndrome, you're the retard. And so I said, and then I told her that, not quoted, but I also said, it's like, first of all, we use that word to be used as an extreme version of slow or stupid, right? Yeah. It's like somebody who would do something so unbelievably stupid that you have to use a bigger word for it. And she's like, but why do you have to use that word? Invent a new word. I was like, that's a perfectly good word that was used for effectively that reason, but nobody uses it for the reason it was invented, much like the N-word.
You know who Ralphie May is?
Yeah, of course.
Have you seen his whole take and everything on
Probably.
retards?
It's just been a minute. Why?
No, it's hilarious. The only ones that are getting offended are by it's us, not the.
Yeah,
they don't care.
It's like they don't care. It's like and here's the thing: if you're being a dick to someone, then yes, you're probably going to purposely offend them. If you are just saying a word, that's like midget around short people.
Yeah.
Or the height inclined. Or whatever, I'm just fucking around. the gravitationally challenged shorties. Either way, so like midget, they're like midget is the N word for little people. It's like, no, it's not.
All right, Brad.
Because one of those words, because like one of those words you can still say, and the other one you can't. No, it's not the same.
I know these people too. Okay,
that's a John Mulaney joke, is what that is. When he said, if you told me that my joke would get midgets to come and protest the NBC studios, I would definitely, absolutely write it into the show. You promise me that's going to happen? That would be fantastic. Either way. But the whole idea is like, yeah, we use words, especially guys, because it's really hard to actually offend a guy, especially if it's your friend. It's another story if it's a complete stranger talking shit and using big words. Mm-hmm. Then there might be some ass whooping, just depending on the situation. But like you, me, Jefe, and especially Shaun, we know who the retard in the room is. And we're going to make sure that Shaun knows it's him, right? But the point is, it's because you've done something retarded.
Yeah.
And we mean it that way because we would never say that about a special needs person. I know people who are autistic. I know Jessica's brother has Down syndrome. You know, many of my friends' kids have autism to some degree. I would never say that about them unless they said it about themselves in a joking manner, and then I played along with their own joke. But I would never be comfortable calling someone that unless they gave me the setup. And if they do pretend outrage, I'm probably going to fall for it. I'll be like, oh, fuck, I'm so sorry. You know, I will actually find myself offended, so to speak, by that. But it's like, in the same way, they say that black people can use the N-word because they're taking back the racial stereotype from it. And I would argue, first of all, that's a white person's word.
Uh-huh.
It's just another thing the black man stole from us. Either way. But I'm a person of color. I can't say that. Either way, that's not even my joke either. That's someone else's joke. I think it was set on Kill Tony, I'm pretty sure. Because it's the joke. It's like, yeah, black, just another thing the black man is taken from the white man. That one word. Either way. But the point was, we actually sat there and we had this conversation with Ed, because Ed is Venezuelan. But everybody calls him Mexican. Usually people of other South American descent.
Oh, God, they hate that. Yes.
Most of them hate it. Don't call the Guatemalan Mexican.
No.
They really hate that shit.
Or Puerto Rican or anything like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Puerto Ricans are a little bit funnier because they're Americans.
Yes.
Puerto Ricans are just Americans. It's just funny. Yeah. But he was talking about that his father's nickname was Negro. But that came from his brothers. Because he's slightly darker skinned than the rest of them. And he showed us pictures. It's like, he's not dark skinned. How light are his brothers? And the funny part is he showed some of the other guys' daughters, and they're very dark in comparison. I was like, they're darker than he is. But that became his nickname. And to the point that once he met his mom, that she calls him Negro, and he calls her Negra. So they're calling each other black, and they're Venezuelan. But watching this young lady attempt to not get upset at him saying that word, which, by the way, it's just the foreign language that just means black. So his argument was, it's weird that a word that you can find complete and utter offense because a white person says it, another person says a variation of that word, the root of that word, you can't be offended at it because it's their language. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, I'm referring to Negro, which is literally Negro, which literally means black. But I'm not saying that anybody should say the N-word, but what I'm getting at is that you can take offense to some people using the word and then allow it to be used by other people. Mm-hmm. Asians are incredibly racist. Everyone knows this. They're probably the most racist people on the fucking planet. They hate everyone, and they will use all the bad words for everybody. But nobody gives a shit, as far as I've experienced. Unless it causes an actual fight, nobody gives a shit that an Asian person is saying racial slurs or saying horrible racial stereotypes at whoever, because they don't give a fuck. But if a white person were to say half of those words, canceled immediately, yep, fired from every job, all these other things, and I would argue, this is just me throwing out a very specious argument, there are way worse sounding racial slurs. Like some of the ones they use for specific European descended people sound, in my mind, because I heard these words growing up and I didn't know what they were or who they were referring to. I was an adult when I found out what certain words meant. I'm like, huh? And I'm like, how? Okay. And then I'm like, that sounds like so much worse of a word. And I don't know why. Maybe it's just my own ears, my own exposure to shit. I'm like, that is a much worse sounding word about a very particular persecuted group of people, if anybody catches my drift. But then you get into some other ones, and you're like especially racial slurs for white people. Like cracker. Mm-hmm. Nobody gives a fuck. It's like, it's funny. Or honky. It's like, I know where the root of that word comes from, and a lot of people don't. Like where that even came about. But it's like, who is taking offense to that other than the people who it was initially used for? Because most people don't realize where that even came from. Do you?
I vaguely had it at one point in time.
Basically, to shorten the thing, and maybe I'm wrong, but this is what I was told, but it totally makes sense. Cracker is more vague because it's either short for whip cracker, and it was applied to actually not in the case of black people, but Irish people and stuff like that. But then again, there's the barrel of crackers because white people just literally used to get barrel of crackers, and that's how Cracker Barrel comes around. Blah 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 blah. For honky, the origin that I've been told was obviously way back in the day, 40s and 50s, a lot of segregation. Black people, white people, they didn't even live in the same part of town. But there wasn't a lot of intermixing either. But occasionally, white guy wanted to go get himself some strange. So he would roll over to the black neighborhood, headlights off, roll up to old girl's house, and beep, beep, and she would come out and get in the car, and they'd go do whatever they got to go do. Of course, people know that it's clearly the white dude coming to the black neighborhood and summoning his quote-unquote girlfriend by honking. So that's basically the origin of honky. Is literally a white guy who's going for a black quote-unquote girlfriend in the black neighborhoods. That's also why it doesn't apply in reverse either. So it's interesting. It'd be very interesting to see if that pops up in Derry, since that takes place in that time period. And that city is very segregated, which is part of the story.
Okay.
The racial segregation and the racial tensions are super high because it's 1962.
Mm-hmm.
Height of the civil rights eras, moving into towards, before the Civil Rights Act got passed. So, and they just dropped all the MLK, RFK, all those guys name dropped last week because there's some very particular racial injustice happening on that show right now. Black man being blamed for something he didn't do and being sent to prison, and his alibi is worse than the thing he's being accused of, but only in a racial context, not an illegal one.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's being accused of murdering a whole bunch of kids, which he didn't do. He was in a different part of town. He won't tell anybody what the fuck he was doing and that where he was and what he was doing, because he was doing something that is technically not massively illegal, but he would still get hung for doing. So, basically the reverse of what I just said. So, yeah. He's hooking up with a white married woman on the other side of town. So he tells the cops that he's still dead. But he'd rather go to jail on false murder accusations than tell the truth that what he was doing. That's just how fucked up the 60s were. In Maine, specifically. Because that's what we're talking about here. Fucking Derry, Maine. Derry, Maine. Either way, so that was a very interesting conversation that happened at Mad Llama the other night. I didn't even start that conversation. That happened, and I had to be a part of it, and then try to get my way out of it as best I could, being me. And I tried to explain to her, as like, when it comes to guys, we will be racist. We will be not sexist, but we'll be all of the things, all of the ists, all of the isms to each other in our friend group. I mean, like, and she was also talking about, using the so-called F word to refer to somebody. And I'm like, yeah, but I also probably wouldn't call a gay person that.
No.
Probably wouldn't, but I definitely would call my straight friends that. It's like, as a joke. And then they're like, well, that's insensitive because now you're making it a negative stereotype. And I'm like, kind of.
You go to, be British and everything, you say that, it's smoking.
Yeah. It's a cigarette.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, context matters.
Yeah.
But also it could be referring to a bundle of sticks.
Yes.
Could be doing that. But not. So.
No, you're talking about being in a group with friends and anything like that. It's me, Jesus, and my friend Cody. And he is black.
Oh, this is a lot of fun.
And we
Yeah.
we go have lunch.
That's a whole lot of racist.
And we do it all the
forth.
time when we're together because we've known each other a while now.
Yeah.
And it is fun. But people, when they look at us, though, when we're doing it, they're like, oh, my God, something's about to happen.
Yeah, it sounds like a horrible racist fight's about to happen.
Yes.
But no, you're just best
we're
friends.
Just friends. Yeah.
No, it's true. And, like, I don't think women do the same. they probably have something. I don't know exactly how they function amongst each other, but they don't function like men do. And from the outside, nobody seems to understand that about how guys communicate with each other. It's also like the old joke, like you haven't seen your friend in like 4 years. You catch up for like 2 hours playing golf or something, and the wife's like, "Well, he's like, how is he? Well, I guess he's good. Is he got a girlfriend? Is he married? Oh." He's like, "Well, does he have a new job? Oh." "What'd you guys talk about? You were together for 2 hours." "Oh, stuff." It's like nothing. It's like, yeah, we're still friends. Yeah, I feel like I definitely reconnected with my buddy. Literally learned nothing. Said nothing. We're good.
Just enjoyed our time.
Just enjoyed our time together. And then other times we're being the worst. And I made this joke. I don't know if it was on the show or I made it elsewise. I said literally half the time when it comes, especially if there's drinking involved, you're saying the most horrible, terrible shit to your friends, basically to the point you're trying to get them to kill themselves, but out of love. It's like the ultimate goal is to bully your friends so hard that they ultimately want to kill themselves. You don't actually want them to die, but you definitely want to put the thought in their head because you love them. And it makes no sense, but that's how guys do communicate. Even the nicest people, they will be the worst to their best friends, especially if it's a mixed group of race. It's even better. Like my black friend Isaac, Isaac-y, technically speaking. Shout out to Isaac-y. We always have like this tiny bit of racial tension between us because we've always fucking been that way to each other. Like from the get-go, like we're cool as shit to each other. We've never had beef, nothing. And we're part of the car club together, all this stuff. So we're both nerds. We love anime stuff. We model build. We love the same cars, all this shit. And because we haven't seen each other in years at this point, but we're still Facebook friends, and he still posts his stuff like that. And he's been working on his different vehicles for years, like highly customized Dodge Neon and his Eclipse and stuff like that. He's got, I don't know if he still has the Eclipse. I don't know if he's still working on that one. But he's got like 5 vehicles. And he talked about having to get a new vehicle for his little brother, I think it was. And I think he ended up getting a Mazda or something like that. And I'm like, oh, I expected a Charger or a Challenger. Yeah. And I was like, first of all, I'm making it in the context of a Mopar joke because we're Mopar guys, but also because it's like he knows that that's exactly what I meant, and he's all like, "Wow!" So his response to me saying anything like that is always, "Wow."
See, the first time I met Cody, I'm just starting off the business and everything, and I get a call from him. And I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, I can do some graphics and stuff like that. So he comes out. This is when I'm working out of my dad's shop and everything still. And I get a call. He said, yeah, I'm right down the road. I'll be there in a few minutes. Okay. And I see 2 cars driving up, 2 Challengers. I was like, okay, so it's him and another dude. They get out, they're black. Yeah. And I'm like, and they're cool as shit.
Yeah.
But he's gone through... He's had his Challenger. He has a Jeep SRT8 now.
Oh my God! So did he. The SRT8 Hemi, the old uglier one.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so fucking funny. All right, so he posted this yesterday, right? So basically, somebody making a Ute out of a Charger.
Yeah.
Look at my comment. Not escaping the allegations, but like he'll give me shit, I'll give him shit back and forth. Like I gotta have to dig way back, but I mean, like he's full on customizing like all his shit, but like and we've never either way. Like he said shit to me, you know, however much you can make fun of white people, but it's like water off a duck's back. But like it was a big group of mixed friends, you know. Like we had Hispanic guys, black dudes, white guys. Like I think there was a German dude in the mix too, like proper German.
He was born in Germany.
Yeah,
it's funny.
Yeah, so it was just like, yeah, we used to all, especially if you're working in the shop on each other's cars. Oh yeah, there's going to be all kinds of shit talk. And if somebody actually takes offense and you got to go deal with something, you step out of the shop, you go deal with it, you come back friends. Might be slightly bloody, but you come back friends. You know, not a big deal. But it's like, it's something that's like the real kind of thing that I tried to explain like a long time ago, or got in trouble on this show, where it's like, if you want real racial equality, you got to give as good as you get. In this case, And it's like, yeah, we're all friends. We're all of different races. We all talk shit. We might say some of the worst racist, horrible shit to each other, but we don't fucking mean it. Because we all know that we're all on equal footing here. Nobody's better than anybody. Nobody's worse than anybody. We're all on the same level of bullshit. And that's the way life is supposed to fucking be. Right? And it's only the fucking uppity people out there. Sorry, that's a racist word. I can't use the word uppity. Fuck off. Either way. But the point is like you get people who want to get in their feelings and they want to get hurt, especially on other people's behalf. And it's like, yeah, I get that, but they're not taking offense to what just happened because that's my friend. And I can do that. That's what we're here for. It's like if you really want to be equal to everyone, you got to be able to take offense and just let it roll off your back. Instead, you start a fucking racial war.
Yeah.
Again and again and again. It's like, sure, systematic blah, 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 blah. It does still exist in some places. It's illegal, and it should be reported anytime it happens. If you discover systematic racism still being used in certain places, it needs to be dealt with on a legal level, not in the fucking streets with violence, because that's just not going to change anything. So that is an important lesson. So we talked about that kind of stuff. We talked about some kind of sexism stuff. And I did not get off on the fact that she said she was queer, and I'm just like, it's like, okay, it's fine. I don't care who you want to sleep with or whatever. It's fine. It's like you were more interesting when you were just a biracial woman. That part was fine. I get it. You're already dealing with your own internalized misogynist feelings now because you're queer. So you probably have some slight hatred towards men that you developed due to something. Should probably work that out. But I did throw her for a loop when I said that I was a son of immigrants and I didn't appreciate any allegations of white racism towards people. I threw her for a loop with that one. It's like, I am. It's like, I'm so... I didn't throw out the person of color line, though I really wanted to. It's like sitting between a Venezuelan and a half black, half white woman trying to have a racial discussion as looking like me. So, and I'd be like, if you saw my grandfather... Like my mom's dad, like that guy was, I never realized how dark skinned he really was until I looked back through pictures. I'm like, fuck, man, he looked like permatan. Like he was just always fucking dark skinned. I mean, yeah, he worked outside, worked the yard, worked with chickens, whatever, gardens. But I was like, even later in his life when he didn't go outside that much, that motherfucker was still dark skinned. And I'm like, damn. It's like, I am a person of color. Oh man, I wish I was close enough to my grandparents. Like that was weird. Like they were like the weird people we saw like a few times a year and barely spoke English. You know, they loved all of us and all the grandkids, but like didn't connect to most of us. You know, so kind of weird, very strange. And I had no grandparents on my other side. My dad's parents were long dead.
Okay,
long dead. I got pictures. It's like I know what Grandpap looked like. I don't have a fucking clue about him.
yeah, it's kind of like with mom, dad. Yeah,
Yeah.
knew my dad's parents. Didn't know my mom's.
Yeah. And I forget, like, because Shaun has talked about like his family and stuff like that, and how he's got still so many family members alive from all those different eras. You know, Shaun's actually part Cherokee, I think it is, or whichever Native American. I forget which one he is. He's like a eighth or a quarter or something. He's got some actual.
I believe that's what I am too.
Oh yeah,
I believe, yeah.
Oh, weird.
Or it might be family. We never know.
Oh, that would be. I'll have to get you matching shirts.
I'm less retarded. I haven't burnt myself. What are you trying to get at now?
Nothing. Harder target.
Shut up.
I gotta fuck with you. It's fine. I forget. Did I mention last week what our new offenders' superpowers were?
No.
Okay, so you guys have. If you haven't seen the episode, you don't know. So I'll bring that up real quick. So I told them about your powers. So so everybody else who's seen the episode, they understand. But I'll do this real quick before we go because we're only at 2 hours. So Steven from Mad Llama, he's got invisibility.
Okay.
His offset is that if he's naked, he's invisible. it's his default setting is invisible. So to be visible, he has to have some article of clothing on. The other offset, because his power was it was us choosing and gay. So no, I'm sorry, it was degenerate and gay. So he got degenerate because he has to be naked. The gay, we were like, okay, how do we get that in there? Basically, he works like Gaydar. If he's wandering around, say, spying mission somewhere, and there just happens to be a gay guard that turns towards him, he becomes visible. So he becomes visible in the sight of homosexuals.
Okay.
Yes. But it works at a distance. So, like, if he's far away, it'll be slightly visible. The closer he is, the more visible
kind of have
he
that
is.
nice little haze going on.
Yeah. He'd be a low res creature.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that was a fairly funny one. Because his name is Gaydar or Boo. Yeah. Which Boo works on multiple levels.
Yeah.
But just the fact that we also joked is like, this could make for some very interesting sex games with the wifey. Yeah, I was like, I'll be somewhere. And he like takes off his sock. Find me. Sitting around the house somewhere. But also very awkward that when you're suddenly outing people who may not be ready to come out of the closet yet, but to be like, bitch, you fucking saw me. There's no beating the allegations on this one.
Yeah.
But I also made the joke that if he runs into somebody who is bisexual, half of him appears.
Which half, though?
Yeah, random. Maybe bottom half is if it's gay or a gay guy. Top half if it's a gay girl, maybe. That would be weird to suddenly turn around and half a human is standing there. I don't know. But just the awkward part that he has to be naked. That was part of it. And then James came up with a very unique power because apparently this is something he's wanted his whole fucking life. He wanted the ability to know that in any specific situation he gets into, he would know the exact right thing to say to come to the best outcome for that situation. So basically like the ultimate negotiator.
Yeah.
He's not influencing anybody. He's not thought controlling anybody, but he knows the exact right thing to say to get to the best outcome possible. So because he's a pastor, we wanted to go a little bit easy on him. So we didn't have him roll the dice because he thought yet. So we came up with the perfect offset. The only real offset you're going to get for a power that is about communication is to have lack of communication. The exact opposite of. So basically, he will always know the right thing to say, but 50% of the time, he says it in the wrong language. And he has no control over it. It's just going to come out in the completely wrong language for the needs 50% of the time. So because that's very similar to the Tower of Babel in the Bible, so we call him Tower. But he's technically Prince of Babylon. That's like his official name, but we call him Tower.
Okay.
Yeah. So we came up with that, and we're like, okay, so there's a hint of racism in there because you get the wrong language for the person, and it might look horrible in the situation. Especially if by chance you're talking to like an African dignitary and a like Russian dignitary, and you get the Russian exactly right, and you get the African completely and utterly wrong. That might look really fucking bad. So we had him roll. And he conveniently rolled double Nimea, which means we come up with it, and racism. So he literally rolled what we came up with anyways. So he just didn't get anything gay, like almost everyone else has.
Yeah, pretty much.
Almost everyone has it, but no, almost nobody got degenerate. Now, here's the funny part, and I realized this because I had to update the registry. I completely fucking forgot about one of our offenders. And it was Charlie from episode 151. I know you weren't here, but I completely forgot about him. I remembered Brad. I don't remember all of Brad's offsets, so I got to go back and re-listen. But I completely forgot about Charlie because he got inducted after Brad. And he got racism and I think disability. I think he got racism and disability. I'm not sure. I know racism for sure because he was Confederado. He had a fucking partially sentient a Confederate flag, like original Confederate flag, that he wore as a cape, and it had some sentience and could act like. So it would give him the super strength and all these other powers, but it was racist. It would act on its own in a racial manner. Like, sees a black person trying to cross the road, it would trip them up. Like, against Charlie's will, he's like, has no idea what's going on. So it's basically like Venom on your back, but it's racist. But I forget all of the offsets and powers for that, so I got to go back and rewatch those episodes because I feel bad because I forgot about that until I was like, duh, he's in the thumbnail of that fucking episode. I should have remembered. So if you look at the thumbnail for the first chunk of episode 151, it's literally Charlie fighting a fucking Sasquatch with rainbow hair. Okay. So that's why he's wearing an orange shirt with an 01 on it and a Confederate flag on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yep. So, and Charlie's such a nice guy, that's why it's like really fucked up that he got that particular offset. So either way, we got new offenders. I don't even remember if I mentioned that last week or not. We got new offenders. I need to make up everybody's character cards. I kind of quit doing that. I need to get back to making the character cards and stuff like that. So, and I would love to do like once I AI create all the characters, I want to do like a full lineup, like the Avengers, like sitting out there, and then Captain Sweatpants hovering above everybody. It's like, stop it. But yeah, I think and then have a gap where Steven is. I think that'd be hilarious. Just a gap. Because I think I'm going to add a nickname for him, and a nickname will be Socks.
Socks,
yeah. Because he stays visible just by having some socks on.
Mm-hmm.
Except
I was just thinking that. He has socks on.
He's still naked.
Yeah.
Or he's just got a sock.
Yeah.
One sock on.
That's where the sock's at.
Yeah. It's just where the sock's at. All right. Either way, guys, we don't have anything else going on today that I can think of, just other weird nonsense going on. But either way, stay safe out there in this fucking world. It's getting completely and utterly crazy right now, and in ways you don't even expect. Like, who thought the magnetic thing of the planet was getting all fucked up? I didn't know about that until right before this show. I was watching the thing. I was like, oh, that's not good. That's why the internet was all weird and wonky earlier today. I don't know if you noticed that.
Okay.
That's half the reason.
Okay.
Magnetic interference, electronic interference. Because I was like, when I got up this morning, Facebook didn't want to work. YouTube didn't want to work. I was having all kinds of fucking problems. Had to reset my VPN, and that fixed some of it, and then other stuff wouldn't load. Yeah, so that's partially what was going on. So if you notice some weird electronic stuff that happened this morning on November 18th, I believe is what that clock says on a very, very, very tiny screen. That's part of it. So didn't expect that. But either way, I don't know if we're going to actually manage a Thanksgiving show. This is be coming out the week of Thanksgiving. I think we're taking off next week, right? So we'll have to figure that out after the fact. Come back together afterwards. But I would like to say that we'll be out at Frankenbolt's this coming Sunday, which is the 23rd. The 23rd. This won't come out in time, but either way, I will post about it. So they're having the Thanksgiving market day out at Frankenbolt. So Frankenbolt's.
Okay.
Got some people from church coming out there too as well. So that'll be fun. Good to see the Parkers and
my birthday is Friday. My mom's is Monday.
Nice. And
that was her birthday present. She couldn't return it.
Jessica said that she's going to try to return me. My mom said no. You lost the receipt. Failing marriages aren't fun, guys. And not funny. Not really failing. It's just life support. Love you, baby. You won't see this. That's why I can talk a lot of shit, because I know she doesn't watch. I do love my wife. She won't be here tonight, so I have to make myself some hot dogs.
Oh.
Yeah, why not?
I had that last night, actually, corn dog.
Ooh. I need to make trailer park Wellingtons for everybody one night.
Elaborate.
Literally jumbo hot dog turned into a beef Wellington.
Okay.
Yeah, because I made them before. They were good. But now that I have the recipe down,
okay,
I should make those for everybody. It's a lot of fucking work, but it's fancy shitty food.
What's for everybody? For just us, or are you talking about everybody?
Enough
for
for
group.
Enough for the normal group.
Okay.
Just I already learned my lesson about putting on a stick. It doesn't work. The second batch I did try to put on a stick. It was
Oh yeah, you
showed you the
yes.
pictures.
Now that makes me.
Yep.
I remember now.
Yep. Trailer Park Wellingtons. Go check that out. Also, another reference to episode 151. Yay. So, like and subscribe, guys. Actually, we did get more subscriptions. We're at 151. Somebody finally listened. Now that we're at 151, I still want to get 165. So, this is episode 166. I said it earlier. So, we need as many subscribers as this episode is. So, if you're hearing this and you're not subscribed, like the other 85% of you people, subscribe, please. Thank you.
Please.
Yes. Anyway, especially considering I got a stupid ass copyright claim that I'll never get paid for all my incredibly hard work on that episode.
That's crap.
Yeah, never going to get paid for it. Hours upon hours upon hours of work. You guys wonder why I don't do full videos for everything. No payoff. If I get enough subscribers and this channel starts making money, I can afford to actually edit things and make it look a little bit better. Buy better equipment. Especially not having to use cell phones for cameras. That'll be a major upgrade. And then, of course, you can follow me at _Shoky on the Instagrams. You can follow Chad over there at C4 Graphics and go check out all the things that he's been working on. And you can give him money to do things. Just don't do it on Tuesdays, please. Thank you. Appreciate you. If you need cool holiday signs put up in your windows, see Chad.
I do that and holiday vehicles. I've done that before too.
Yes, holiday vehicles. And if you want cool decorations for your walls, you can also do custom jobbies for that. You've told me about that before. So, and then, of course, you can go follow Jefe at Grounded and Grumpy, and maybe he'll post pictures of the shitty welding job I'm sure is happening today. I'm pretty sure Lucas is
I was
doing
gonna
a
say
decent
he's
job.
doing it, so I hope it's okay.
If Lucas is actually doing the welding for him, it'll probably come out okay, but I'm sure there's lots of yelling and swearing happening at the Jefe house today.
Things being thrown.
I don't know about thrown, but there's probably a lot of terrible things being said amongst people because things aren't working out right. My question is just how not right is it going to go? Hopefully it goes well.
Yeah.
Because that's why Jefe's not here, because he had a major job to do on Steve. He's erecting a permanent fixture in Steve's butt. On that note, okay, bye.